Friends, I wanted to quickly speak about this. Tomorrow is going to be 2x legendary, 15x select heroes portal starting for summons, wherein Boreas, the magic mage, really a good hero, and quite impactful hero, is going to come into play. He's part of the esotericist faction. Of course, he came very strong, but subsequently he was toned down. He's still a useful hero, and magic heroes are fantastic. Then we have got Marksman. He's a piercer and part of the Watcher faction, Lucius. So he has offensive dispel, which means debuff. It dispels buffs, and of course, single target to super whack fellow. You can get clearly the ratings, which will give you an idea how good or not good, because very clearly, fellow players who are using, they have rated these heroes. And the third legendary is Ares. You can clearly see his review. Medium. He has a little additional range compared to most of the ordinary ones. That's 3 tiles, self +2, and single target and ally buff, something that he provides. Now, is it worth going for? And he's part of the Nightmare faction. So is it worth aiming for this based on the legendary option? So first thoughts, if you are a new player, you need to enjoy this particular game and stay in this game. You require to have certain heroes, and this banner has got very good heroes available. Demios is one superb Nightmare faction hero, epic, so he will drop in quite a bit. And Nisande, a good healer, part of the Piercer faction, is also, and plus she is a cleanser, defensive dispel, so that's AoE heal and defensive dispel. So she debuffs and also cleanses. Now, why are these heroes good for the new players? If you're able to get, I shouldn't say if you're, with the help of the Piercer Lord, whichever type, whether you have an Epic Lord or a Legendary, she gains an additional tile that ensures that she is covering an additional area as a healer in many parts of the game compared to other regular healers. So that's the benefit that the Piercer faction has via the Lord skill. The range increases. So having Lily and Nisande, apart from their healing and cleanse aspect, getting those that additional row helps. That's one very clear thing. So I would say, new players, please go for it. There are 2 good epics available. This may be useful in the beginning, though I have never used him. And there are 3 good legendaries available. 2 are very good. That's Lucius and Boreas. Ares is fine. So you can look at that. Anybody who's searching for awakenings, can you hold off for a week or 2 weeks? Awakenings will keep coming if you already have these heroes. Why? Because new banners are going to show up, and as we have seen in the last few weeks, the 15x heroes don't show up, everybody else shows up. So that makes me wonder that are we missing out or losing out on the 15x aspect? And now it is 2 or 3 weeks that I have seen that the heroes just don't show up. So there are situations, and which had started maybe a month or more than that, during the Sun Wukong times, where people have done 1,000, 1,500 summons and got 1 or 2 copies of him, whereas they've got 10, 12 other legendaries, and that is insane. So, looking at that, I would skip this if you already have these heroes. Like I have these heroes, so I'm skipping that. Of course, those who are spending in all banners, I'm not speaking to them because they will pull as and when they feel like, as much as they feel like. So that's the situation for the regular invocation of spirits. Divines, just hold it off. Going to the ancients. Now, here is a situation and a challenge for me. I don't have a legendary cultist or a northerner lord. So I depend on the epics. So I would love to try for Elder because he is a lord, northerner that's available. And on my free to play, he's there and he's useful, but for that particular account. When you look at the ratings over here, I don't get so inspired and motivated. Let me go and see the other northerner lord. Yeah, he's also not too far off and different. So I do want, but I am feeling that I would like to get the defender then instead of the non-defender. Why? Because the defender is more durable, useful, and I have enough fellows to fighters to play the game. So I will not use Elder. And if I have to take a Lord, ideally I would like to take the Lord as a defender. More useful and then versatile and so on and so forth. So that's the rationale I'm applying. Jira is very clearly a no. You can see from the review, doesn't have some great stuff. In the legendary zone, this is a very, very mediocre rating. You may have a few 4.9s, but unless it's a very bad quality, 4.9 is mediocre. The top ratings being 5 for multiple heroes gives some kind of an indicator. So even that, plus I have her. So I'm going to give this a skip. In short, what's coming to me is this particular weekend can be given a skip. So the resources stick around in terms of your gems and in terms of your shards. And the other part is juicy is going to be to pick up resources via the summoning aspect. But well, like Corridor of Glory is going to provide the resources. Tales of Smith is going to provide the resources. There is no summon aspect coming over here because Arrival of Heroes is coming here. So that could become a bit of a pressure. But that's something that one has to look at. And it's best possible to not allow that. So new players, please go for it. Players looking for awakenings, I would urge to skip this one because 15x working efficiently is a big question mark. So this was a thought that I wanted to share primarily from the summons banners for this particular weekend perspective. That's it. Those are my thoughts. Cheers. And good luck to those who are pulling. I mean, of course, I wish you all the luck to be able to get the hero that you desire. And those who would like to were indecisive, this should be able to help you to just skip this particular weekend. Cheers. Catch you in the next one.